So nice to meet you again today, Koki, right?
Yeah, right.
How are you today, Koki?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm
That's
at
nice to
one.
know.
I'm
Well,
at
it's
feel
been a long
100%. But
time.
yeah,
Okay. So, um, how's the weather today in Japan? You're in Japan, right?
today, maybe it's sunny. Yeah, but I'm not sure because I'm not sure the weather for now. But at 6 a.m. I walked my dog, and at the time, mm, that was the weather was sunny. Yeah.
I see. Okay, thank you so much for sharing, Koki. Now I can see
hmm
here that you have chosen daily news for today's lesson about government extends home loan tax deduction with limits. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Wonderful. Now let's go. Let's start right away. Let's have the words and phrases. But before that, Koki, please remind me again, which audio would you like me to play for you? Is it US or UK?
The U.S. please.
Of course. Now let's go and let's listen to our first word.
Redistribution.
Redistribution.
The act of sharing something out again in a different way. Let's listen.
The teacher suggested a redistribution of tasks so everyone had equal work.
The teacher suggested a redistribution of tasks so everyone had equal work.
Okay. Now, are you interested in making your own sentence, Koki, or let's just move on to our next topic?
Let me skip it.
Of course. Now, let's move on to our next word.
Premise.
Premise.
An idea or statement that forms the basis of an argument or plan. Let's listen.
Her decision was based on the premise that hard work leads to success.
Her decision was based on the premise that hard work leads to success.
Okay. Next.
Expansion.
Expansion.
An increase in size, number, or importance. Let's listen.
The expansion of the park made it more enjoyable for families.
The expansion of the park made it more enjoyable for families.
Okay. And our next one.
Relaxation.
Relaxation.
A reduction in strictness or tension. Let's listen.
The relaxation of school rules allowed students more freedom.
The relaxation of school rules allowed students more freedom.
Okay. And for our last word,
Eligibility.
Eligibility.
a state of having the right to do or receive something. Let's listen.
You must check your eligibility before applying for the travel program.
You must check your eligibility before applying for the travel program.
Yes. Okay. So those are the words. I'm assuming you understood every one of them. You don't have any questions, right?
Yeah, I don't have any questions.
Of course. Now let's move on to our comprehension, Koki.
Mhm.
So I will read the questions for you twice. Number one, what period does the extension apply to for residents moving into homes? What period does the extension apply to for residents moving into homes? Number two, how much of the year end loan balance may borrowers deduct from their taxes? How much of the year end loan balance may borrowers deduct from their taxes? And number three, what kind of houses will not qualify under the stricter rules from 2028? What kind of houses will not qualify under the stricter rules from 2028? Okay, so those are the questions for later. Koki, now let's go and let's listen to the article. I'll play it for you right
Mhm.
now.
Thank
Government extends home loan tax deduction with limits. The Cabinet has approved the fiscal year 2026 tax reform outline. This approval centers on important changes to the housing loan deduction system, with an extension and a structural redistribution of benefits. The extension applies to residents moving into homes between January 1st, 2026 and December 31st, 2030. This adds 5 years to the program. The changes are moving forward on the premise that the necessary tax laws will receive approval during future Diet sessions. The deduction acts as a special credit for loans related to a home. It helps lower the financial burden after buying a home rather than reducing the initial purchase price. Borrowers may deduct 0.7% of the year-end loan balance from their income and inhabitant taxes over a period of 13 years. In addition, the system brings an expansion of the borrowing limit to 45 million yen for energy-saving existing homes. It also includes a relaxation of the floor area requirement down to 40 square meters. However, from 2028, stricter rules will come into force to limit eligibility. Any houses with building confirmation from 2028 onward that only satisfy basic energy standards will not qualify. Houses located in disaster red zones will also not qualify. These new rules are quite complex. Therefore, people should seek professional consultation before applying.
Okay, it sounds complicated. But are you ready to answer the questions, Koki, or would you like to listen to it again?
I'll listen again, please.
Of course, I'll play it for you again.
Government extends home loan tax deduction with limits. The Cabinet has approved the fiscal year 2026 tax reform outline. This approval centers on important changes to the housing loan deduction system, with an extension and a structural redistribution of benefits. The extension applies to residents moving into homes between January 1st, 2026 and December 31st, 2030. This adds 5 years to the program. The changes are moving forward on the premise that the necessary tax laws will receive approval during future Diet sessions. The deduction acts as a special credit for loans related to a home. It helps lower the financial burden after buying a home rather than reducing the initial purchase price. Borrowers may deduct 0.7% of the year-end loan balance from their income and inhabitant taxes over a period of 13 years. In addition, the system brings an expansion of the borrowing limit to 45 million yen for energy-saving existing homes. It also includes a relaxation of the floor area requirement down to 40 square meters. However, from 2028, stricter rules will come into force to limit eligibility. Any houses with building confirmation from 2028 onward that only satisfy basic energy standards will not qualify. Houses located in disaster red zones will also not qualify. These new rules are quite complex. Therefore, people should seek professional consultation before applying.
Okay. Okay, so now, Koki, let's go and let's proceed to the questions. Question number one: what period does the extension apply to for residents moving into homes?
The period is between January 1, 2026 and December 31, 2030.
Exactly. Okay, we'll type in the sample answer for you, Koki. Okay, now let's move on to question number two. How much of the year-end loan balance may borrowers deduct from their taxes?
They can deduct 0.7% percent of the year-end loan balance from their income.
Yes. Okay, exactly. And now let's proceed to our last question, Koki. What kind of houses will not qualify under the stricter rules from 2028?
Um, any houses with building confirmation from 2028 onwards that only satisfy basic energy standards will not qualify.
I see. Okay, great job answering the questions, Koki. Now let's go and let's proceed to our read out the article. So you may start reading when you
Yeah,
are ready.
okay. Government extends home loan tax deduction with limits. The cabinet has approved the FY 2026 tax reform outline. This approval centers on important changes to the housing loan deduction system with an extension and a structural redistribution of benefits. The extension applies to residents moving into homes between January 1, 2026 and December 31, 2030. This adds 5 years to the program. The changes are moving forward on the premise that the necessary tax laws will receive approval during future diet sessions. The deduction acts as a special credit for loan related to home. It helps lower the financial burden after buying a home rather than reduction the initial purchase price. Borrowers may deduct 0.7% of the year-end loan balance from their income and inhabitant taxes over a period of 13 years. In addition, the system brings an expansion of the borrowing limit to 45 million yen for energy saving existing homes. It also includes a relaxation of the floor area requirement down to 40 square meters. However, from 2028, stricter rules will come into force to limit eligibility. Any houses will, with building confirmation from 2028 onward, that only satisfy basic energy standards will not qualify. Houses located in disaster red zones will also not qualify. These new rules are quite complex, therefore, people should seek professional consultation before applying.
Okay, wonderful job reading the article and correcting yourself. Now let's go. And let's talk about this new
Okay,
discussion part,
yeah.
Koki. So, question number one: if you were planning to buy a home between 2026 and 2030, would this extend tax deduction make you feel more confident about buying?
Oh, yes, I do. Of course, because yeah, one of my colleagues said that he could get some amount of money back due to this kind of tax refund system at after the final tax return we uh, that we are working on for now. So for me, yesterday I submitted my final tax return for FY25. FY25 is yeah, yes, and actually, thanks to other kinds of tax reduction systems, I can I was able to get some money, yeah, that was overpaid. That was yeah, that I paid overly. So, uh, but additionally, if I can apply some tax reduction for buying houses in Japan, so that would be great, and that promotes me to buy house. Yeah,
That's wonderful.
mm,
Yes, like it's a possibility for you now.
yeah,
A lot of
mm,
people will benefit from this. Okay,
yes.
now, are you interested about the sample answers, Koki, or let's just move on to number two?
Number two, let's go number two.
Of course. Do you think lowering the minimum floor size to 40 meters makes home ownership more realistic for single people?
Yes, I do. So I really agree. I really agree to that. And one of my colleague, the other colleague, who joined my company at the same year, bought his house, mm, which has only 38 or so square meters. And at that time, he couldn't use any tax deduction merit due to the size limit. Yeah, so it was, I guess, he kicked himself for not buying bigger room. But at the other time, there was no rules that are available for such smaller houses, smaller rooms. Yeah, so especially in Tokyo, it is very difficult to buy for 40 square meters or more rooms due to the price of the house. Yeah. And so, yeah, my thinking is that lowering the minimum floor size to 40 square meters is a mm, best,
The best option.
yeah, best option, and relatively 40
Less,
40 square meters is standard size for one LDK, one LDK sized apartment, maybe. So
I
yeah,
see. Makes a lot of sense. So
yeah,
really, this one is thought very very well.
yeah.
Apartment.
So before, so I can say the rule, the tax reduction system is not applicable to single people because yeah, they don't buy 45 square meters uh, size the room which has more than 45 square meters. So I mean, so currently the room is 45 square meters. So that is too big for that is too big for one single people.
I see. Okay, thank you so much for sharing all of that, Kogi.
Hmm.
Now let's go and let's proceed to our question number three. Do you think choosing an energy efficient home can help this could help save you money in daily life?
Energy efficient home. Yeah, of course. The more the house is energy efficient, the how can I say the lower the better because it how can I say that we don't have to
When
pay
you
a
say
lot. Okay.
if you don't mind me asking, when you say energy efficient home, what does
Uh-huh.
it look like? Like why
Um.
is it energy efficient?
Yeah. So by the installation of the mm, solar
Solar
panel,
panels?
solar
I see.
panels. That in terms of apartment in Tokyo, that is not under control, or
Oh, I
our
see.
that is no option for ourselves because that is just a building, and that depends on the building apartment, so residence itself. So that is uncontrollable, whether there is solar panels or not. And so in most cases, that is only for the option of the isolated house.
Mm,
Mm,
I
yeah.
see.
And
Makes
my
sense.
brother, my older brother bought his own house,
Oh,
and yeah, for he installed the
solar panels.
solar panels, but it was rule. There was a rule to install the solar panels for the sake of
A house.
environmental concerns, so
Oh,
to reduce the carbon dioxide or to use energy efficiently. So yeah, the municipality made a rule to regulate the regulate the houses without such clean energy.
I see. Very interesting.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that, Kogi. Now let's move on to question number four. Have you ever asked a professional for advice before making a big financial decision?
Mm. No, I haven't, because I think I've never made a big financial decision like buying my
Ah, buying a
house,
house. Yes, yes.
yeah, and cars, yeah, or inherit my parents' assets. So I've never experienced such things before.
I see. So
Uh,
lucky of you. So lucky of you.
Yeah, but I have to think about that, and
Of course,
not
of
just
course.
before buying those things, and I have to continue to think how to buy my house and cars and such yeah, some expensive products, because the rule is continuously changing, like
It
the
is.
article
It is
mentioned,
changing.
yeah. Uh, so if I miss some options to how can I say uh, lower the expenditure, just losing my money. So I need to go through the rules that are available for me. Yeah, so, but that is time consuming. So, but nowadays I can use AI to review my plan and
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
so check
Very
the other
helpful.
options available. Yeah,
Very helpful.
yeah, very
I
helpful.
see. Okay, very helpful. Okay, so now let's move on to question number five. Which would you prefer when buying a home, Koki? A, lower purchase price immediately, or B, tax reduction over many years?
Lower purchase price immediately. I prefer lower purchase price immediately because that means I can, mm, how can I say that the disposable amount of money for that year is increasing or
Mm,
bigger than tax reduction over many years. And yeah, so tax reduction means I have to pay tax for over many years, and if I lose my job, I couldn't pay tax for such long years. So yeah, lower purchase price immediately at that time is the best option, the best
I
way.
see. I see. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, you really know about these kinds of things. It just shows that you've been thinking about these kinds of things a lot.
Yeah.
Because we need to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of prices are
Yeah.
rising nowadays. So
Mm-mm.
makes sense to know more about it.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go and let's proceed to our last question, Koki. So, if a house was in a red zone but cheaper, would you still
Mm.
consider buying it? What is disaster red zone, if you don't mind me
Disaster
asking?
zone like alongside of the river, and we
Ah,
have a lot of earthquakes, so we are scared of
I see, I see.
flood of the river, and coastal area
I see.
mm,
I thought it's
is
different.
risky for tsunami or some natural disasters. So we create a hazard map
Hazard map.
to avoid to assess the impact of such natural disasters like around the volcano and river and coastal area and other how can I say the how can I say the ground, the hardness of the ground.
Ah,
Okay.
yes, it's very important.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
So,
yes, because of
mm,
erosion and
yeah, yeah.
everything.
Right. True, true. Such things. Okay. So, yeah, I need to check with disaster red zone because that really uh, impacts on the price if I sell the the apartment. So, yeah, if I need money and I have to, or I have the yeah, if I have to go abroad and I decide I will decide to go abroad and my life will change significantly and I have that forced me to release the apartment. The disaster hazard map really impacts on the price to sell the apartment, of course. Yeah.
Of course. So, are are you willing?
Uh-huh.
Would you consider?
Yeah, I consider that the map and
You
yeah, so
consider.
considering the price to sell them. Yeah,
It's a lot way. It's a way lot cheaper
yeah,
to buy. But still depends
so
on
it
Red Zone.
still depends, but for so such how can I say, but house, I don't buy, I just rent.
Hmm.
I can rent the cheaper apartment due to the yeah a disaster red down because I don't want to hold a long time.
Oh, very
Mm.
smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
It's cheaper, but still, whatever happens, you will not
Uh,
suffer the losses because you're
I
just
I can move. I can move
right
if
away.
something happen.
Yeah. Oh, so smart.
uh,
Very nice. Okay. I think that's a better way
yeah.
to make it cheaper. Okay. So, but how about now? If you don't mind me asking, are you renting a house or
Yeah,
do you
I'm
have
renting a
already?
house.
But
Mm.
it's not a red zone.
It's close to the red zone, but
It's not
yeah,
close.
really close to the red zone. There is a fine line between my my apartment and the yeah actual red zone.
Ah, interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you so much for taking my class today. Have a great day,
yeah. Have a
everyone.
good day.
Bye.
Bye.